What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're talking about clones. That seems to be a very popular topic here on the channel and in the online community as a whole. And I've got three of one rendition, 5 fragrances total, 5 different fragrances that seem to be highly complimented in my experience. Now these are some you've seen quite a few times on the channel and one you haven't seen in a little while, but it's that damn good, so it deserves to be here. So we're talking about 5 highly complimented cologne fragrances. Let's get into it. Stay tuned. So I have to go with my wife's favorite first and foremost when it comes to the clones. That is Armaf's Club de Nuit Sillage, a clone of Creed's Silver Mountain Water, which is also one of her favorite fragrances. She just loves this DNA. I'm right there with her. It's great. It's one of the most cheap and synthetic smelling of this DNA that I have, but it's also one of the most powerful, and out in the air it does smell good. Directly off skin, that's where it smells pretty cheap and synthetic, which is how I'm going to sniff it most of the time. But man, just passing by out in the air, that bright, metallic, citrus, inky, clean, and musky, has a little bit of that herbal feel from the tea that it's known for. Like I said, great performer. Some people will find this too cheap smelling, and that's usually somebody that's sniffing it up close, but walking by out in the air, it's pretty obvious that they were going the route of Creed Silver Mountain Water. Out in the air, it smells great. Hard to really tell a difference on a test strip, I'll tell you that. Out in the air, I would venture to say it's pretty hard to tell a difference too, but highly complimented. Not just my wife, outside of my wife, I have gotten a few compliments here and there from random strangers out in the world when we go places, usually when we go eat somewhere for lunch. That's typically when I'll have something like this on. Great fragrance. There was tons of hype over the years for this one, and it's well deserved. If compliments are important to you, again, there's no guarantee that any fragrance in this video or any fragrance at all will get a compliment for you. It's just certain ones that raise that probability because they just smell so damn attractive to others. And in my experience, Club de Nuit Sillage, it's definitely one of those fragrances. This next one may surprise you. It's been a little while since we've talked about it here on the channel, but last winter, this thing was relentless the couple of times that I wore it when it came to getting some positive attention. That is Lattafa's Bade'e Amethyst. So here on this channel, I've been giving a lot of love to Honor and Glory and Sublime, the 2 new releases from this year. And yeah, they're phenomenal. But let's not forget about Amethyst, which a lot will argue is the best in the line, because if you like a sweet, thick, and jammy rose with a nice, supportive, not overdone oud note, some amber and vanilla to give it that thickness, you'll like this. Great performer, too. Such a delicious rose. It really is. It's a clone of Atomic Rose from Initio. It does great. It's so rich. The quality here is pretty good. I wouldn't put it on par with Initio, but there's some cheaper smelling ones out there. But this is just, God, it's overtaking the airspace here. This is, like I said, delicious rose. I'm not going to sit here and say it's got a gourmand feel to it. It's just so jammy and sweet. It's thick. It's robust. It's rich. It lingers. How could people not smell you? And you come across people that are going to want to tell you smell good. Oh my God, that smells great. This is one that's kind of over the top. You're not really going to get the, oh, you smell nice. It's going to be a little bit more, I guess, energized of a compliment than something like, oh, you smell nice. Because it's an aggressively beautiful smell. And when I say aggressively beautiful, I mean it has no right to smell this good. At least that's what I think. It just smells so damn good. So if you like rose, this is a must try, especially if getting positive attention and have others think you smell good is important to you, which I know is important to a lot of people that watch this channel. You're going to want to check this one out. Again, you got to love rose because it's thick, it's jammy, it's sweet. It is Lattafa's Bade'e Amethyst. I love talking about this one. It's a monster, and somebody's going to say, oh, bro, reformulations, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm going to talk about smell. Whatever performance you get is the performance you get, because Afnan 9 p.m., it is a monster for me. It smells absolutely phenomenal. This fruity apple smell, beautiful sweetness, bright and like not too warm and spicy, but still bright and spicy. Cinnamon note, just dry downs beautifully. It's woodsy, it's ambery. It's great. It's a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. It's smoother, it's fruitier, because instead of that fresh fruity pear note, which is great in ultra male. I think that's the best part, is that pear note, honestly. Top note's amazing, but it's a little bit more screechy, scratchy, and synthetic smelling than Afnan. Here it's smoothed over. It seems like the oil quality is a little bit better, and that fruitiness of the apple just makes it a little bit more juicy and sweet. Great performer. It's hard not to like this one, especially as we transition into the fall and winter. This is a prime suspect for getting compliments in the fall and winter, I will tell you. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance, super affordable, $25 to $35 range. You can find this from just about everywhere online. This is an absolute stunner. No surprise to me that it's highly complimented, not just for myself, but for others that have it. If that kind of stuff matters to you, you're going to want to get your hands on this one. Again, there's no guarantees, but the probability definitely goes up greatly with fragrances like Afnan 9 p.m. Now I've got 3 versions here of this fragrance that I'd like to show you. The newest version being less on the oud funk and more on the freshness, but SCENTual Obsessions version of Bond No. 9 Andy Warhol. This had to be here because this is that jam. I've been wearing this version more over the last year or so. This is the oldest version. And then this is the newest version called King Andy. Like I said, it dials back the oud funk a little bit, freshens things up, but still dries down pretty much the same. But this is the superior take to Bond No. 9's Andy Warhol. Dare I say it, I've never smelled Bond No. 9's Andy Warhol, but it'd be pretty impressive if it was better than this in any way. Because this is that jam. This is so good. Juicy plum. Probably the best plum smell I've ever encountered. Versus even real plums. I think this is more enjoyable than cutting open, eating, and smelling a real plum. Which I do like plums, fun fact. Been a little while since I've had one. But the oud here is not too overdone. There's a little bit of that funky, woodsy smell to it. Very warm and ambery. A little bit of spice, but not super spicy. But the star of the show is absolutely that juicy, sweet plum. If you like stuff like that, if compliments matter to you, you may want to get your hands on it. This is the newest version, so if you're not keen to kind of the funkiness that can come with certain oud smells, this is probably going to be the best version for you anyway. Again, it's called King Andy. It kind of dials back some of the funk that were in these previous versions that I actually quite like, but I've learned to really like this one. It makes it a little bit more wearable, a little bit more versatile, without losing any of the magic that any of the versions have, actually. You want some compliments? You want some potent, power, juicy fruit smells? You want Andy Warhol, Bond No. 9, SCENTual Obsessions version. And last but not least, possibly the GOAT when it comes to clones. Now, is it the most accurate take on Creed Aventus? No. But is it the most complimented take on Creed Aventus that I own for me in my experience? Yes, it is, even more so than Eau de Toilette. This is Armaf's Club de Nuit Intense Man. The limited edition Parfum, my favorite, far and wide. Yes, this is, from what I understand, the same fragrance as the Eau de Parfum. No, because I have every time I talk about it, this comes up. No, it is not the same as the Pure Parfum perfume. The last version to come out, the big 150 ml, that is more of a candied, earthy, dirty kind of smell, almost like a dirty patchouli with the lemon. It's a beautiful fragrance, but it's a little bit different from this one, whereas the original Club de Nuit Intense Man Eau de Parfum, I believe is basically, this is just a rebottling limited edition version. I need to get that just to see for myself. But I digress. I have to say this because, guys, I can't make a video about this without having this conversation in the comments. Maybe this will limit some of that. This is magic, smoky magic, just like the original. It's warmer, it's richer, it's a little darker and smokier, but the best part is that harsh lemon synthetic top is smoothed over, and it's more of a candy lemon. It's just that much better. The Eau de Toilette, the opening never bothered me. I always found it kind of charming, to be honest with you, whereas here, it got better. It just got better. We're not just spraying it in the air, we're spraying it on skin here. That's a rarity in the middle of these videos. Normally I'll just spray it in the air and get a little quick whiff, but I want the skin interaction. This is so good, guys. This is so good. It really is. The most complimented clone fragrance I have. Well, maybe not overall clone, but when it comes to anything that smells like Creed Aventus, this is the GOAT, like I said in the intro of this segment. Like I said, candied sweet lemon, rich, robust, and smoky, super fruity, has the pineapple, the apple. There's other things going here as well. I believe there's a little bit of grapefruit in here. It's not the exact same note breakdown as Creed Amethyst, and I kind of like that about it. That it's got its little bit of twist, very long lasting, not as loud as the Eau de Toilette, but still reaches out and grabs people. Trust me, people will smell you with this one. It is so good. Absolute smoky magic, compliment magnet. Is Club de Nuit Intense Man, the limited edition Parfum. Well, that's the 5 that I have for you. Technically 3 versions of 1, so it's really 7 fragrances in here, but really only 5 scent profiles, I guess you could say. But until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What's that one cologne that pretty much every time you wear it, or most of the time when you wear it, somebody wants to tell you smell good, and I know how it goes. When something's pretty highly complimented, it naturally raises itself in the pecking order of your collection, because if people want to tell you smell good more often than not, it makes you want to wear it more often than not, right? Let's be honest with one another. So until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the ones that I featured here and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later, especially after you get that nice compliment, right? Have a good one, guys.